Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It was so nice to talk to those ones, a lot of you that I met at our convention, and I hope you're still on a high. That was some convention we had. Just so exciting what David's doing out there for us, and I can't contain myself. So let's do what he wants us to do to keep his dream alive. So anyways, this is Jerry Ziegenfuss. I'm calling in from sunny Florida, where a lot of you I hear have colder temperatures than me. And I'm sending a special welcome out to all you new people. And that doesn't mean you old people, so to speak, the ones before, but we really would love to hear from the new people on the call because, hey, just listen. If you've had our miracles happen to you, there might be somebody out there just waiting and waiting and waiting to hear that. So please speak up. And don't mean to pressure you, but yeah, we kind of limit them to about 30 seconds to a minute. But if you get on in the beginning, you have more time because people are afraid to raise their hand. So you can do it that way. And how you raise your hand, go to the bottom of the screen, a reaction button. There it is, raise your hand. And if you don't mind keeping it up while you are talking, it places you on the screen for us so that we can all see your lovely faces, and it's really great to see you. Our first 15 minutes of our 30-minute call, we do like to keep it only on X39 and Sellergize. And please, we want to hear those Sellergize stories. We've been hearing some monumental things happening for people in their lives. So please, for the first 15 minutes, that would be great. And please stay compliant. That means not mentioning diseases your doctor may have given you. You may have tagged yourself that way, but whatever, give your symptom. Tell us how you were really feeling, what patch you're using. Obviously, the first 15 minutes, X39. And then tell us how you're feeling now, how long you've had the patch on. And, you know, like I said, your testimonial might be helping somebody that needs to hear it. So as we say, we don't claim to treat, cure, or diagnose any conditions. So, wow, great. I have hands up. And I did see Danielle hands up first. Did it go away? Oh, okay. Lavelle, good morning, Lavelle. I'm sorry I missed you at the convention. Come on in and unmute.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning. So I want to share a story from a friend of ours. When we first got started 6 years ago, a friend of ours named Cynthia, she did all her due diligence. She said, "Okay, Lavelle, I'm going to try this product," and she ordered the X39, and she had put so many different lotions, potions, and everything on her frozen shoulder, and she wasn't able to turn her neck for 2 years. And she had the patches shipped to her office. And she called me up, said, "Okay, I got this stuff. I'm gonna try." She put the patch on her neck and she's sitting there, and about a half hour later, she says she felt like someone had blown on her neck. She thought it was her coworkers playing with her or something. And she turns around to see who had blown. It was nobody there. Yes, I'm able to turn
Wow.
in a half an hour, but it gets better. Her husband had a neurological condition. We don't mention diseases, of course.
Right. Thank
And
you.
she went home at 10 o'clock and put it on him. And at the next morning at 7:30, he wakes up and he's touching her. And he hadn't that feeling in the left side of his body. And she looks at him because they're married. And she says, "Oh, you trying to be fresh?" And he hadn't been able to feel her. Well, had no feeling for 2 years. He said, "Honey, for the first time in 2 years, I feel your body." His feeling came back in like overnight. That's just phenomenal. So
Wow.
thanks so much for letting me share.
Thank you so much, Lavelle. And let me tell you, I have another person with the next story, put the patch on, and she was also what we call an one-day wonder. But please, people, no, it isn't always like that. It took me 2.5 years to be able to use my knees and even longer for some things. So please stay consistent. Put that patch on every day, drink lots of water, make sure you're hydrated, and just keep at it. If the longer you're at it, the
And-
more you're going to find it's helping you, because it's going to where you need it the most, and it might be where you can't feel it working. So anyway, Beamy, what do you have to tell us?
Hey, yeah, I haven't given a testimony in a while. So when I first started, which is almost 6 years ago, I wasn't expecting this, but I'd had digestive issues for like 15 years.
Wow.
And I was taking enzymes 3 times a day. You know, I was eating healthy, organic, everything, but I don't know, I just couldn't get that fixed. And I was only using X39. And within 2 weeks, all those symptoms, everything was gone. I was slowly coming off the enzymes. I could feel there was a difference. And then I've never taken an enzyme since then. And that was so massive. I couldn't believe that dramatic of a change. And I can eat everything and no bloating, no, gaseous, things like that. And so
Wow.
that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you so much. And, in the beginning, David wondered how this was going to be going for the older generation. I'm talking about the 80s and 90s years old. So I just want to let you know, my dad was in his 90s. He was 94 when he started, and so many good things. His doctor, cardiologist, told me when I was up there taking him to appointments that his heart was better than when they put the pacemaker in 8 years before. And one of the great things is wound healing and scars. He had a scar all the way from the neck down below his belly button with an ugly keloid at the back, top of the neck. He always had a shirt on so that you couldn't see it. And he called me one day and said, I don't know when this happened, because he was shaving. And he said, my scar's gone. It's not there. And when I was up there visiting him again, it was gone, and it was real nice, smooth and flat. It was phenomenal. So thank you. Got some more hands there. Lavelle, do you have something else to tell us?
Well, yeah, what you said is so important, guys. Keep wearing the patches. Consistency and hydration is really key because a friend of mine, his name is Kevin out of Vegas, when I called him and told him about the product, he said, Lavelle, wearing it for been wearing it for 30 days and I don't feel anything. I don't think, and he had sciatic hip problem. He said, I don't think it's working for him. I said, Kevin, you're 70 years old. Give it some time. It's reversing stuff. He called me back in 60 days and said, well, I don't think this stuff is working. I said, Kevin, it's working. It works on a cellular level. Give it some time. He called me and he was walking around with his cane and he's in a lot of pain. He called me back in 90 days and said, well, thank you so much for encouraging me. I don't need my cane anymore. But all my pain is gone in 90 days. So guys,
Wow.
give it time, guys.
Yeah, time. Just be consistent and persistent. So anyways, Faith, please unmute. And Faith, I don't recall your name before. Are you a newbie? I hope I'm having a newbie come in.
Not a newbie, but just haven't been here in a while.
Oh, okay. Hi,
Okay, so
welcome.
returning. Hi.
Okay.
I have two quick ones. One for myself. I'd heard somebody last week say, they hurt themselves. Like I hit the air fryer fell on my hand, right? And I have, anyway. So last night it really hurt, and I remembered somebody saying they put a patch on right away. So I went in my room and grabbed the X39 and put it on the front, and I put my wrist brace on, and there isn't a single bruise. And I was certain I wasn't going to be able to close it. And yeah. So that was for me. I was very happy about that one. And then you said about the 80-year-old. So I saw my grandmother. I met her for the first time this year for ancestry, thank goodness. And we were with them for a week. She couldn't move her hip. She was having a hard time opening her legs wide, like to step. So I was like, here, just try this. I told her, give it a shot. I was with her for the week. She put it on. The next day, I asked her, how are you feeling? She started dancing. She's like, oh my God, look at my hip. I was like, oh, okay, take it down, take it down. So, and she's older and she's like, did it always work like this? I'm like, no, it different for everybody. So,
Wonderful.
giving her the spiel, but it was cool to see her the next day already starting to dance. So I'm like, okay, let's not need more, So,
Right. Thank you, Faith. Really
Thank you.
great. Nice to see you again.
Yes, thank you.
Michelle, good morning. You look lovely. What's on your mind today?
Good morning, Jerry. I'm so sorry I didn't get to hug you and see you at the conference.
I
Aw,
know.
too many people. We'll
Yes,
have to have
too many.
trackers on next time and find each other. So yeah, I have so many stories. As I was waiting for my turn, it's like, gosh, which one do I share? I think I'm going to share one of my mom's husband, who is, I think he's about 80. My mom's 86 and she married a younger man. So he's 80. He's been in like a memory care place for a while. And my mom has been patching him. She leaves a sleeve of X39 with the staff and says, please, put these patches on him. And there's two stories about him. He used to have a blood sugar issue and was on medication, pretty bad. I mean, medication for years. And Lavelle shares his story about SP6 with the X39, but he was only using X39. That's it. And in about 3 to 6 months, he went in for a checkup, and the doctor said, "You do not need this blood sugar medicine."
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then recently, a recent story is she added the X49. And so he's using both of those. And I'm not even sure if it's every day. It may be one day 39, the other day 49, but the staff is putting both of those patches. And she said he's now getting really spunky and some of his cognitive function is coming back. He's getting very spunky. Like he's like gets in his wheelchair and he's shuffling his feet and he doesn't need help to be pushed. He's like moving his feet and he's getting around where he wants to go. He used to need help to get to the lunchroom and stuff, and he doesn't need help anymore. So
Wow.
yep. Hang in there, guys.
You hear
Amazing
that?
things.
It's good for everybody, no matter
Good
how
for
old.
everybody, every age. Thank you,
That's right.
Jerry.
Thank you, Michelle. Larry, hi, nice to see you.
Good to see you, everybody. Thank you, Jerry. It's been a kind of a visual thing for me the last couple of remarks that I've made. The inner eye pressure, you might remember, that's something I had focused on going down. And lo and behold, I went right by and forgot to say that my prescription did not change this past year. In other words, it held from 2024, and then March of 2025, when I got my new prescription, it held. So I'm hoping to validate that as, again, another thing with the patches, but that was so fundamental. It's all about eyesight. And I think about eye pressures and all these other things, and I forgot to say, that the prescription has held. So I hope that can be a help to some people.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Michelle, come on. Which one this time?
Well, since no one else has a hand up, this is what happens, you guys. You keep hearing from the hostesses. We got to get those hands up. Come on. So I also had an eye exam, and since it's 15 after almost, I was using, I think it was Sunwolf that suggested, I can't remember, but carnosine on the temples at night. And I only took off half the backing, guys, because you're not in bed, hopefully, for 12 hours. I hope not. So anyway, 6-7 hours, I wear it on the temples, and then I reuse those two patches again. And I do that probably 4 or 5 times a week. And I used to have those floaters, those little things kind of float across your visual field, and they are gone.
Oh,
So
right, yeah.
yay, patches.
And thank you. And then another thing I do with the carnosine, since we're, like you said, we're legal now, is I'll put them on an eye mask because I had cataract surgery, which I'm not wearing glasses, but anyways, it healed faster and everything. And I put them on the carnosine, the mask, and I'll wear it for that and wear it a couple times.
Yes,
so
you
that
can
it
put it,
can-
and for people who are new, you can put the patch on the inside of the mask because it doesn't matter which way the patch is facing, okay? It doesn't have to be like sticking to the eyeball. It can be on the
Right.
inside of the mask, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, Jerry. Good one. Yeah.
Thank you. Susan, please unmute.
Hi, it was so fun to see those of you that I did get to see at the conference. It was amazing. So
yeah.
on the way to the conference, I had my gum was swollen, like something had gotten up under it, and I used a water pick and cleaned it and all, but it was still there when I left. So all the way, 8-hour drive, I put glutathione on it, and when I got there, it was gone. And then during the conference, so I have a mole under my eye here and one on my eye, and I've had one on my navel my whole life, which is not not pretty, but not a lot of people see my navel. Anyway, while I was there, it just flaked right off. And I've had
Wow.
skin tags that flaked off. So those are my little testimonies. But my baby sister signed up recently, and she shared her X39 with a coworker. And she's in her late 60s, and she was scheduled to get stem cell injections this month for her shoulder. A lot of shoulder issue there. And she started wearing the patches, and within a week, she says she doesn't need the injections anymore.
Oh,
Yay.
yay, yay. Thank you, Susan. Hey, this is great. Look at all those hands now. Please, Danielle,
Oh,
come on
thank
in.
you. Thank you. It was so great to see everybody. What a fantastic event. So the day I got back, I landed, thought I broke my rib. Next day, had to leave for another conference we had, oh gosh, maybe 30,000 people there, and went to the conference with what I thought was a broken rib, praying not to sneeze, praying not to laugh. And I didn't know what to do actually, because I didn't want to take any ibuprofen or anything. So I double patched both sides, the front where the rib felt like it was broken. I did X39, I did Eon, and I did Ice Wave, and I did the same exact thing on my back. So I paralleled it.
Yeah.
I walked the floor for thousands of steps. It was way bigger conference than what we had gone to. And I got through it and it was amazing. I just had to defend myself from people hugging. But it
Yeah.
actually was, when I got back yesterday, I went to the hospital. They said, you don't have a broken rib, you have a ligament tear, which is equally as painful.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I patched it again the same way. And I'm at, gosh, I want to say 80% better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a few days.
And for things like Danielle, like mine, when 8 months after fracturing my pelvis as badly as it was, I face planted. And what we do is we just wallpaper. We put those patches everywhere, right, Danielle?
I know people are like, when I went to the care center, they're like, what is that? I had them, polka dots on me, but that's okay. It worked.
It
Thanks.
works. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're feeling better. So,
Yes.
Lavelle, come on in. It's a different patch, I guess.
Okay, so Vilma Posadas in our group was born with a congenital heart condition. And her doctor would say, listen, there's no cure for it. Whenever you feel like you're getting dizzy, your heart isn't pumping enough uh, oxygen to your brain, call 911. She's been dealing with that for all her entire life. And she asked me to ask David, what could she do? And he said, 39, an energy enhancer. And she did that for a year and a half. And she went to her doctor and got an EKG. And the doctor said, hold on, I think this machine is broke. Somebody bring in another machine. And they brought in another machine. And they said, we don't know what this is, but you don't have this congenital heart condition.
Wow. That's
In a year and a half.
powerful.
A year and a
Wow.
half.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
all right, back to you, Jerry.
There's another one with Lavelle. Consistency, persistence. Just stick with it. Mary, please unmute. Mary Rudy, are you there? And I hope you're a newbie. I don't recall your name.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes, welcome.
I don't know if you can see me. I'm
Yeah.
just not as familiar with doing it on the phone. Yeah. I guess my video is still not on. Sorry. I'm used to doing this on my iPad. There we go.
There you
All
are.
right. Well, this story is about my husband. He's, been a believer of the patches, but he really messed up his knee. He tore his meniscus again, I think, with a bike thing. And he went from biking and then that night couldn't walk and had to be like carted around and couldn't hardly walk from the bedroom to the kitchen, holding on to things with pain. His knee was so blown up. So we patched him Eon X39, some glutathione, and then we started adding the 49 as well, and some other things that we did. And so, like, he couldn't walk for a week, and he was But he went off the ibuprofen. He just said ice wave, ice wave. He didn't really believe in ice wave until then. And it was like, put ice wave on, put ice wave on. Anyway, so then less than 2 weeks later, he went to the Orthopedic Institute for an appointment and x-rays. She said, I don't know what you're doing, but your knee is fine. Just keep doing it. And so 2 weeks after the injury, he went for bike riding again. And now he's walking pretty normal. So I think it just goes to show that, and you can't patch too much. Like when there's an injury, just plaster that area with patches.
Right. And Mary, you said it was torn, right? The
Well,
meniscus?
he had torn it years ago. What she said is you re-injured it. So we
Oh.
don't know if he just tore it or re-injured that meniscus injury again. He like re-injured something that had been torn and then healed some years ago.
Mm.
But I've never seen him not be able to walk because of, soreness in his knee. He was like incapacitated. And then 2 weeks later, he's out biking again.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked that is because I had mine torn. And at the time
Okay.
we were going out and couldn't get the surgery done. And my doctor said, there's no way it can heal. Well, I've never had the surgery. And
How
let me tell
about
you,
that?
and like
Yeah.
Robin says, their world, in your world, maybe not, but in our world, people, are you listening? It is possible. So anyways,
Yeah.
let's move on.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mary. Okay, Michelle, please unmute. Michelle, can you unmute? There you go.
Working on it. Okay, here I am, give you a little testimony of my new Celergize AM and PM. So I picked them up in convention where they were available, and I'm up in Canada and they're not here yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
plenty of Canadians are ordering into the US and going across the border to pick it up. So anyways, what have I been back a week since convention, and I've been using my AM PM Celergize, and my work life as a pharmacist has been extremely busy, like double the volume with all kinds of extra activity at this time of the year. And I have been the energy to do my work for 10 hours a day, get home, go off to do my other activities like hockey and curling and family stuff, and then sleep so great with the PM Celergize. And it's really growing on me. I really like it. And then when I wake up and do my workout and go about my day, I'm able to just do it over and over again. And of course, my X39, along with this supportive therapy, helps to maximize and ensure that my X39 has all the pieces it needs to really do the job.
Right. And Michelle, you just did the greatest testimonial there was, because X39 working with those two, that's what you need. So I'm so glad you got all that energy back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Irma, please unmute.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So I slid and fell on September 28th, and in the process shattered my patella on my left knee. I had a surgery on October 1st. They put a metal plate and 6 screws on my left knee. So I started using the patch on I believe it was October 3 or 5, and the area around the surgery were like blue and purple. So I started putting on the patch, so the swelling went away, and the bruising is almost gone now. I stopped using my walker on October 18 around the house, but when I go out, I use it, and then eventually I switched to the cane. And then I stopped taking my pain medications on October the 21st until now, because they would give me jitters. And I tried to drive on October 27 to my eye doctor's appointment. And now I'm just so excited because like what I said, the bruising is almost gone. I'm able to walk around the house without any walking device. And when I go out, I just use the quad cane just for precaution.
Yes,
And I thank God because X39 is really a great thing to use for healing. I mean,
sure.
they said my healing would take about 4 to 6 months, and we're only on
Look at,
November the 3rd today,
yeah,
and
look at
I
you.
already have made this progress. So thank you for
Wow.
listening.
No, thank you for that testimonial. That was really wonderful, and keep it up and keep on that cane when you go out. You need that security. It'll do it for you. Okay, thank you so much. Gretchen,
Thank you.
please unmute. You're welcome. Gretchen, I've never called on you. Are you new? I'm looking for my first newbie.
I am new. I've been with the company Patching for 2 weeks
Okay.
and a day. And I've had so many great experiences because I started patching when I was leaving California. And I told this last night about a person who fell on her shoulder, and told her to put it exactly where the pain hurt, the 39. And on
Yeah.
the opposite side, I put the 49.
Okay.
And she was holding it like her arm was broken. Within a few seconds, she was able to start moving her shoulder around. And then within 30 minutes, she could reach completely over her head. She couldn't believe it.
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
I have just been going around and patching everyone that I know is in pain or going through something. And I'm on my way now to go and patch 2 more people. So I'm so excited about how it's working for them. And this is the best company ever. I love you guys so much. Y'all train us so well. I love it, love it, love it.
We love you, Gretchen, and you keep coming on and you keep going because you really make it big. And we are down to only a couple minutes, so maybe we'll have John as our last person unless somebody has anything. And let's go with Allison. Please unmute.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello from the UK. Okay, I've been on the patches for 3.5 years plus. I started with the X39. I was having, oh gosh, I'm going to cry. I was having severe mobility issues. Believe it or
Okay.
not, 3 days after I started the X39, I could run for the first time in 12 years.
Wow.
3 weeks later, I was starting to be able to work out. I'd added the X49 by then. 3 weeks after that, I could do like full workouts, and then eventually started doing dance workouts. Some things took longer. I had a serious problem with pain in my thigh muscles. That disappeared after about 3.5 months. I had a problem lifting my left leg. That took 7.5 months, but eventually I could lift my left leg fairly properly. The latest thing is I've got my diaphragm back and I can sing again. So I hadn't sung in a worship team for like 17 years. I've started doing it again, and I've discovered that the energy enhancer. I mean, for most athletes use it. For me, I call them my singing patches because if I use the energy enhancer, I can sing that little bit higher and that little bit stronger. So I put them on before I go to the church.
Oh, wow. Allison, thank you so much for sharing. I think it's the first time you're with us, and we really appreciate that. And please keep coming back. I think you're maybe 6 hours ahead of us. I don't know, but we really appreciate that you've done your shares with us. Amazing. So keep patching. Josefina, please unmute.
Thank you. Thank you. So my story is that about 3 weeks ago, I fell and I thought, oh man, I'm doomed because I'm 68 and I have brittle bones and the fall was crazy. I tripped over a box. So I landed on my right knee and I thought I shattered that kneecap because it hurt like, ooh. And it hurt so bad that I fell back and then I hit my tailbone. So I thought, oh no, and the convention is here. I won't be able to go. Long story short, I was alone. So I wallpapered. I had never done that before, but I wallpapered my knee. I wallpapered my butt, my tailbone.
Yeah.
My husband came home from work and he says, "What happened?" I told him, he says, "Take off all those old patches, put new ones." So I did, and I did that consistently, and I was able to go to a convention that was Monday. I was able to go to a convention on Friday, and I sat and I drove back and forth fine. And to the convention, I still couldn't go up and down stairs real well because that knee, I couldn't move it. But after 2 weeks, I was able to bend the knee enough to go up and down the stairs. And right now, I'm able to squat, although not completely. And those patches are a miracle. I feel
Yes.
so much better. And I
Yes.
didn't even get a bruise, not even
Yeah.
a bruise.
And they will do it. And thanks so much for that. And I mean, that wallpapering does it. So, okay, we have 2 more to try to squeeze in here. So, Rebecca, what do you have to tell
Oh,
us? this morning?
Jerry, I'm going to interrupt for a moment, hon. Dennis, I see him in this, he keeps raising his hand. And so I don't know if he can't find his hand raise button.
Yeah, I tried that and it's not working for some reason.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
just wanted you to know, Jerry.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll get to you, Dennis, and we have we're over the half, but let's go with the last 3 people and see what we hear about. It's just so wonderful. Rebecca, please.
So this is something kind of small, but I've been using X39 for almost 4 years. And I noticed last year, I'm in a very dry climate and I usually need to use like a lot of lotion, and I would go through maybe a half a gallon of lotion in a couple of months. And then last year I realized I'm not using my lotion up. And so I really attribute that to the X39 keeping my cells like plump and hydrated. And it's wonderful because I think, you can really see it's something small, but it's amazing that I don't need as much lotion.
It is amazing. Wow, that was a lot of lotion. So thank you for sharing that. John Reynolds, please unmute.
Yeah, hi. The big thing I wanted to mention was I slapped an X39 on a burn on the palm of my hand. I was juggling a few frying pans, probably something I shouldn't be doing, and and I put my hand right down on the burner after I'd moved the frying pan, and I slapped it on there, and I just can't believe it. I iced it right away, and then I put the thing on there, and it healed really quickly. I've got chronic things that I'm waiting for it to kick into, and it's helped with some already. But I've had neurological issues since my 20s at least, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah,
But
keep
I'm so
patching.
thankful that it healed that burn so quickly, and it's helped
Oh, yeah.
with aches and pains, and
Mm.
I overdo
Some-
it outside in the yard, and just all kinds of wonderful results so far. So I
Right.
just wanted to share real quick, and it's so great to hear about the singing and the diaphragm and so many other miracles on Miracle
Yeah.
Monday. So
I know. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us. I don't know if you're new, but thank you for coming in there. And yes, on
this is my
burns.
first time sharing. So, but
Thank you
I've
for-
been listening in and now and then. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for being brave and hope to hear from you next week. Okay, Dennis, you're going to close us out today. What do you have to tell us?
Well, I actually joined for a while and then backed down only because I just, I'm used to being really healthy all the time and I wasn't getting any results. But my upline, Peter Sterling, out of Sedona, yeah, we've been friends for a lot of years, and he encouraged me. So about 4 months ago, my daughter called me up and said, "Hey, I'm selling my washer and dryer. They're coming to pick it up. Would you come help? Or not come help, but would you be here? Because I don't want to be here alone." She lives alone.
Sure.
So I went over. They were already in the garage, and the guy didn't bring a helper. And FYI, I am 73. Okay.
Okay.
So the dryer was a piece of cake. They're always much lighter, right? But the washer
Right.
was really heavy. So we made it all the way to the back of his pickup truck. His tailgate was down. But as we were lifting it up onto the tailgate, my left knee gave out completely. And it really, really hurt. And my daughter had to be my crutch back up into the house, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So still, I just kind of spaced out and forgot about the patches. I was able to heal myself because I do a lot of meditation and, the Jose Silva self-hypnosis healing techniques and everything. And I was good. Well, about 30 days ago, all of a sudden that knee went out again, my left knee. And I noticed in my drawer, oh, gee, I've got an extra 30-day supply of X39 patches. I'm going to try it. Well, And by the way, my left knee went sideways, and I didn't fall, I didn't twist it, I didn't do anything else. It just all of a sudden it went south. So I've been using the patches now for about 30 days. And I was having to use well, I don't use a cane, but I've got a hiking staff, as a cane. And I had to use that to get around. It was painful when I would sit down here at my computer, especially, and then when I had to stand back up again. So now I'm walking all around just fine, able to take my dog out for long walks, able to stand up and sit down without knee pain. So I'm thrilled.
And I think you're going to stay on the patches now. like
Oh,
Peter said.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I just told a friend in Dubai, she's a professional model, and she actually travels around the world, but she used to live in LA. She decided to stay in Dubai, and she's got 3 girls. She says, my girls that work with her. And I was just WhatsApping with her this morning. She goes, oh, I'm going to order some for me and my girls this morning.
Right.
So, and they don't even have anything wrong with them. But
I
just from
know.
what yeah.
And that's the best time to start, is when you don't have anything wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, she saw the part about skin improvement. And of course,
Right.
women that are professional models, they're very concerned about what their skin looks like all the
Right.
time because they're getting close-ups and all. So anyway,
Right.
I'm excited and thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, Dennis, and we're glad you're progressing and keep on the patches. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, everyone, for sharing, especially the newbies. And Gregory, would you come in to close us out?
Okay, well, this is Robin.
Robin.
Gregory's
Hi,
voice.
Robin.
Hi, everyone. So Jerry, that was fabulous. Thank you. And everyone, these stories were amazing. I'm hearing some patterns go on here, the consistency, stay over time. And I love the wallpaper method. It actually really works. That's what Dr. Nicholas did with Dr. Joan in the beginning. They didn't know, and they just covered her and everything got better. So you can't hurt anything. And so because the company is doing special trainings on the comp plan and on the app on Monday and Tuesday nights, tonight and tomorrow, we're going to be inviting everyone to go to those trainings, at least for the next few weeks. And then we'll decide after that. We will be writing this up in the newsletter and putting it in the Facebook group. Those are great places to see what's going on. There's a lot happening right now. I'm so proud of so many of you that are digging in, being a student on the app, having fun playing with it. Oh my gosh, it's so great. And the comp plan is set in place now from your last week volume. And so here's where you start. This is your new baseline, and exciting times with all those wonderful recognition gifts. And it's really easy to find out where to focus. Is just look at that, on your home page, just look at that chart. It tells you exactly what to focus on. And you don't need to know the whole comp plan. The old story, I asked Gregory 25 plus years ago, could you teach me the comp plan? And he says, do you want to know the comp plan, or you want to know how to make money? So stay focused on the same thing we've always been focused on, which is the income producing activities. It's the daily action plan, connecting with people, inviting them. And once you get your app up and running, oh my gosh, you have amazing tools to share. So stay with it, keep being a student, reach out if you need support. And thank you everyone for being here and having such a great call this morning. Have a great
And
day,
Robin, we want to
everybody.
wish you the best and prayers for your upcoming surgery. Just know that you're in our thoughts, and
Thank
we
you.
want to know how you are as soon as you can. So
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jerry. Yeah, I don't know if anyone knew I had 3 legs, but I'm having my 3rd knee replacement, and the reason we're all here is my knee. So it's interesting that it's getting redone because it didn't ever work right. And that's what got every one of us here. So we get to be very grateful for my knee. Okay.
And Robin, just for clarity, tonight is the call at the same time as our Monday evening call usually is?
It is.
Okay.
And that's why we're not having them, because we want everyone to be on the call.
Wonderful.
We'll make
Where
sure
where do we find, where's the information for that? Because I
there
didn't
was
get
an
anything from corporate.
email came out
It
this
actually
morning.
came out in the corporate email today. We'll also have it in the newsletter and on the Facebook group. Okay. If you're
Robin,
not getting-
one other
Yes.
thing, guys, it's also at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time this
Yes.
morning.
Right.
And
Okay.
also, Celegize Evening is now available in your back office.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I put that up on the Facebook group. It is, if you go to your store, you will see it. So everyone gets to buy it. Okay, if you want it. But there's some really fascinating benefits from it that are above and beyond sleep support and patch support. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Great
All right,
job,
everybody.
Thank
everybody.
you. Great job, Jerry.
Thank you, Michelle. Love you.
Everybody have a great
Say
week.
goodbye,
Thank you,
Jerry.
everybody.
Good job.
Bye,
Take
everybody.
care. God
Jerry, and I
bless.
did see you
Take
waving at me.
care.
Wonderful
Cuddly.
call.
Thank you,
Thank
Jerry.
you so much.
Okay.
Have a
Very
good
good.
Very
Right.
much.
Oh,
Bye.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks for
Have a good week.
morning and evening.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Love
right.
Tribe.
God bless.
Okay.
Thank
Love
you.
you all.
for your surgery.
Thank you.
Bomb. Thank you.
Have a great
Thank you,
week,
Joe.
everybody.
Love
Robin,
you.
Gregory, The bomb every diggity.
Bye.
Thank
Okay,
Bye-bye.
have a good week. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Blessing.
Everybody.
Bye. Love you all.
Woohoo.
Appreciate
Keep
you
on
guys.
patching. Keep on patching.
Bye, everybody.